Well, what do we have here, folks? This is what happens when people have a total lack of respect for private property. This used to be our gate, and it's busted off. The life of a land manager never ends. The chores are never ending. Welcome to the EDJ Whitetails. All right, welcome back. So headed in tonight, I'm going to do this real quick. Luckily, I work at a machine shop and I'm able to fix this gate. I have the skills to do that. So before I go in tonight, I'm going to make sure this is fixed because I want it locked. Complete lack of disrespect, or complete lack of respect, complete disrespect. Busted through our gate, didn't care, and we're going to go ahead and fix it up because I know tracking down whoever is responsible probably is not worth it. So got the DeWalt drill, got some tools. We're going to get this baby fixed up. So we got our pilot hole drilled. I know this isn't a machining or handyman video by any stretch, but I drilled a pilot hole all the way through. Basically what I did, where the pipe was broke off, I put a new section of pipe in there, a new section of chain, and I put a pilot hole. Going to go a bigger hole, and we're going to bolt it, and we're going to bend the bolt over so it cannot be taken apart. Hang tight. All right, we've got our big hole drilled. We're going to take a carriage bolt, a couple nuts. Like I said, I had already replaced the pipe. I put a new chain on. We're going to slide the carriage bolt down through the whole works. Run the nut up it. And we're going to double nut that. I'll already bend it just a little bit so I can get that nut past the connection there. We'll get all the way up to the top. All we need to do is hand tight, honestly, because we're going to run the other one up against it. And then we'll just take a hammer and we'll bend that over like that. Nobody can take the nut off. Nobody can tamper with it. I'll take this now and I'll haul it to the shop. We got scrap metal. Last step. Brand new padlock, because ours is who knows where. I had mocked this up last night, so I had it zip tied shut. We'll go ahead and cut that zip tie. And for right now, we're just going to put the padlock right there and shut it. We got a brand new section of gate. Like I said, I had this mocked up last night, and we're ready to rock. As land managers, you can't let things like this slow you down. We fixed this in a grand total of 3 minutes. So on to November 13th episode of the EDJ Whitetails. All right, enough of that nonsense. That stuff's not fun. It's stuff that happens. If you got that much disrespect, put the work in. Go find a good place to hunt, put the work in the land, or even go find a good place on public and put some work in. That kind of stuff just irritates me. And then they'll be the ones to play the victim. So anyway, enough of that nonsense. We're headed in to hunt. 65 degrees on November 13th. Unreal. I am walking in just a Nomad sweatshirt, as you can see. but we're not going to let that stop us from getting in the tree. Had the day off of work, went to Wapsie Valley playoff football game in the Unidome. Unfortunately, we lost, but our boys had a great season. Our cheerleading squad had a great season and gave us all something to cheer for. So all in all, a great year for them guys. But we're headed in tonight. We have a southeast wind, kind of limits us on stands to sit. So we're going to go to an old friend. We're going to get right over the food plot and just hope that we get some sort of movement tonight. I would love to go back to that funnel along the river, but the wind, everything that would come through would end up right in our wind. So we can't do that. Hopefully we can do that this weekend. It's a Thursday right now. Hopefully we get another chance to get in there. But we're going to roll with the punches, and we're not going to let this warm weather deter us. Let's see what happens. And you're going to follow along on November 13th, 2025, the EDJ Whitetails. All right, gang, we've made our way into the stand, and it is hot. I mean, it's not warm, it's hot. And just in this sweatshirt, I nearly broke a sweat just walking in. And this isn't a very far walk. Do I expect much out of it this evening? Not really. But it's also November 13th, and anything, and I mean anything, can happen. So we're gonna basically settle in and just enjoy the nice weather and the scenery. And who knows, you know, this nice green lush food plot we got out in front of us, water behind us. You never know what could happen. So hang with us tonight, and we'll see what comes of it. So the wind in here, just noticed a little shift. It's basically straight out of the south now. As you've seen, it's blowing right down that trail that comes from the north, which is very much so not ideal with the way the deer have been moving lately. A lot of our deer have been just to the north of the stand and coming in on that trail. It's 4:06 right now, so we really got no choice but to stick it out right here, and just hope that something comes out of the east or west thicket. Although, oh, excuse me on that. That something comes out to the south of us. I mean, we've definitely got more ground to the south of us than north of us, but it seems like most of that travel has been north of us lately. But like I said, it's November 13th. You never know. Just never know. Well, gang, kind of just like I expected. Uh, we haven't seen a thing. It is so warm. I'm watching bugs fly around. Uh, Fish hitting the surface behind me in the pond. Just kind of makes me think I should be standing as nice as it is on that bank with a beetle spin or something. But still a nice evening. We got to see some swans fly over. That was pretty cool. There's a flock that's been around here for about 2 weeks now. I finally got them on film. We're going to give it a few more minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. November 13th. If you need any gate work, get a hold of me on here on YouTube. Good to get that patched up this evening and roll on. So tomorrow is going to be more warm weather, actually even a little bit warmer than today. It's supposed to hit 70. The wind's still supposed to be out of the south, but I'm going to do a little different game plan and try and figure out something other than slipping in on the food plot. Actually do feel like I've been on this a little too much this season, but it is what it is. But we'll have a little bit different game plan for tomorrow. It'll be November 14th already, believe it or not. But we're going to wrap up November 13th. Thanks as always for watching. We're getting closer to that subscriber giveaway. Last time I checked, I think we were at 477. If we hit that 500, we're going to draw for it. So be looking for that. If you haven't hit subscribe, go ahead and hit subscribe. And for the EDJ Whitetails, I'm Eric Johnston, and get outdoors.